Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing an in-depth tutorial on contouring. Now, I asked in my video Monday, I'll link that up here if you guys want to see it. If, because I was contouring at the time, if any of you guys wanted to see, a more in-depth video on that, because I was just doing some quick contouring, not really anything special. And I had a new subscriber named Emma asked for a tutorial on it, and I'm glad to do so. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing, Emma. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Now, what I typically use to contour, not to be confused with bronzing, bronzer is a more warm color, and it's going to have, most of the time, some shimmer in it, like this. This is just my pure Bronze and Brighten palette. So you really don't want to contour with a shimmery shade that you would normally bronze with, because the idea is to create shadow on your face. So if you have some areas that you feel are unflattering, or maybe not, you just maybe want to look more chiseled, or you just like the way that it looks, then you're going to want to use a matte contouring shade. This is one that I like to use. It's a little dark, but it actually works for my skin tone. This is from Morphe. It's called Debutante. That and the Hoola, the Benefit Hoola, which is this one, you can tell when I hold them up, they're much different in contrast of color. This one actually has a teensy bit of warmth to it, but this one is just a straight up cool color. And they've got several shades in the Hoola one that you can get depending on how fair or light, fair light to dark that you are. And for me, what I like to do is either take, I'm going to show you the brushes I like to contour with. Now they sell actual contour brushes, they sell bronze brushes that you can use, they sell a bunch of different things you can use. What I like to use is either one of two brushes. It's going to be this Luxie Precision Foundation brush, which is a 660 brush, and it just looks like this. It's not very, it's kind of dense, but not very. These little tips right here lessen the density of it a little bit. And this one is the Luxie 1010, and this one's actually called a small contour brush. Now, these are my two most favorite that I like to use. Here lately I've been gravitating towards this one more, so I'm going to use that one. Now to start with, I already have my foundation done, which is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation that I just tried in my Monday video. And today I used it with a brush because I used it with my blender yesterday, and today I used it with a brush to see if it would give like a more, I guess, opaque application, and I actually did not like the application that a brush gave me. I know that Tarte has a brush that they made specifically for that foundation. I think it's $28 on their website, and it's pretty, but it's kind of crazy looking because it looks like a huge chunk of coral, like the stick of it looks like a piece of blue coral. It's crazy, but it's meant to go with that foundation, and it looks just like my Sigma F82, which is just a round kabuki brush. It looks extremely similar to that, so that's the one I tried this morning, and I just did not like the finish it was giving me. It was just a little, I guess, streaky with it, so I ended up doing it with my blender that I've talked to you guys about before, which if you want to see a tutorial on that, I'll put it up here. But it was streaky and I didn't like it. I have something pink on my nose right now. I don't know what that was. But yeah, I just wanted to update you guys on that. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to take what is probably my most favorite. I do use the Morphe one a lot, but the Hoola is my most favorite. It is. I've used it for years. And so what you want to do is find the hollow of your cheek. If you can't tell just by doing that, you can feel with your brush or your finger, and you can feel directly underneath your cheekbone. So what I do is, you don't ever want to start out with too much product. You can always build up, but you can't take it away very easily at all. And so I just kind of go just like that underneath my cheekbones. I do a couple of different motions. I like to do back and forth like this, and I like to do actual buffing circular motions. And so I don't ever like to bring it really past my eye right here, the iris of my eye, because I feel like once you start to get right here, it just gives you like a sunken, unattractive appearance that I don't think looks very good. That's just my preference. So it's also gonna, depend on your face shape. So if I'm being still, I have a pretty oval face shape. So like if you have a more circular, more round, if you have a rectangular face shape, that's all gonna, you know, vary how you're gonna want to do your contour. And for me, since I have just a regular oval shape, this is what I like to do. And so far you can already see the difference between this side and this side. It just looks a little slimmer, it looks a little more chiseled, right? So we're gonna dip back into that. The next place I like to take it is next to my temple and up onto the forehead. And the intensity of my contour depends on what look I'm going for that day. If I'm just being natural, then I'm just going to do a light contouring like I'm doing right now. I'm still going to go in depth and show you, but I'm just going light-handed in with it. You can go heavier if you like, but like I said, start off small and build up. And so far, you can see the difference with that. Also take under my chin, because nobody likes their double chin, right? That kind of makes you go when you do that. So just the same circular buffing motions. And I don't like to do it just under my chin. I like to take it a little bit down the neck, just like that. And it gives you, like I said, just a more cut, defined appearance. Now if you wanted to keep the contour light on your face and just deepen it up under your chin just to give you a more defined look under there, you could definitely do that also. And so I like to keep mine about the same color as that, but like I said, you can do either or. And again, find underneath your cheekbone, or you can do like that, and you're just gonna follow that line. I'm doing back and forth, and then I'm buffing. If you need help with this, just try to do it with me as I go. And if you need to pause and keep going, you do whatever you need to do. And this is just like one of those things, I've given you the tip before. Just sit and practice with whatever you're having a hard time with, because contouring doesn't come easy to everyone. I know many girls that say, you know what, screw it, I'm not doing it anymore because I look like I just slapped some dirt on my face and that's it. One, you're probably choosing the wrong color. And two, I know a lot of people that actually use like a face powder or an eyeshadow and stuff for a contour instead of an actual contour color. And I don't always think you should do that, just depending on what kind of product you're using. It could work, but at the same time, I feel like when you touch into it, it's very fine and it's very soft. It's probably not as harsh as maybe like a regular face powder or something is. So I would just probably, if you're having a difficult time, stick to actually using a contour and not just an eyeshadow or something else. Now today I'm not going to be using cream products because I don't typically ever use cream contours, blushes, or anything like that because I have really sensitive skin. The only time I do use them is I take them with me on vacation because it's so much easier to travel with them. And the one that I like the best is Hoola's, of course. They have a contour stick that is just, it literally is the Hoola product but in a cream stick form, and it's so easy. That product, I haven't tried other ones of contour, but that one is really good. It blends out so easily with my sponge and everything, and it's really nice. So the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to get into some more in-depth contouring. And if you have a larger forehead, you can make sure you concentrate, but make sure you're blending, blend. You can definitely try to disguise that by adding some product right there. And you see how that gives you a shadow, even up underneath of light, it gives you a shadow. It makes it look like your forehead is smaller. So let me zoom you guys in. And I'm gonna do some more in-depth on the face. So if I'm not doing any eye makeup that day and I just want to be natural, I'll actually dip into my contour and I'll put a little on my brow bone right here. Not enough to really look like eyeshadow, but just enough so I don't look washed out and so I have some depth. As for my nose, I like to take my Luxie 141 mini round brush. Is that what, yeah, it's a mini round brush. And it just looks like this, just little dense thing. You can use this brush if you want, any kind of brush, and you can pinch it to use for your nose or more detailed areas. I just like using this because it's so convenient. So for my nose, you can see I don't have like a very large nose, but I do some days want it to be more defined. So just on the tip of it, you can see where I'm just lightly doing a straight line down from where my brow would come. See, like that? We're going to do that on the other side. And you want to make sure you're getting this as straight as you can. The light is kind of making this line look crooked, but it's not. It's just the glare of the mild light. That looks crazy right this second because it's not blended out. Please don't leave it like this. And underneath, I like to go just a little underneath like that. And the last place is across the top of the tip. Just the tip. Right here. And that really just accentuates a little button nose if that's what you're looking for. So I go in after I lay that down, and I take my regular brush and I smush it like I showed you. And I go in and I just blend that up and down. You're going to have days where your nose is going to look brown because you over contoured. Just try to go in with your foundation and pat over it with your beauty blender or brush or whatever you may be using, or even just some powder foundation, and lighten it up. Try to lighten it up in the center and on the sides, and it'll help kind of make it back normal. And so that's pretty much all I like to do for my nose. If you're wanting to go even further, let me wipe off my lip balm, just so you can see what I'm doing. And like I mentioned yesterday, I'm having some like really redness and dryness issues around my lips, or not yesterday, Monday. And so that's why they're really red. I don't know what's going on with it. The first place you can take is a little bit and tap it right above your Cupid's bow, like that. And you're going to want to go in and diffuse that with your finger. Just like that. All that does is give the illusion that your lip is fuller and that it's coming out fuller, even if it's not, like mine. Let me take you down just a little bit. The next place you can do it is underneath, just like this, directly underneath your lip. And you have that little crazy brown line like that. Let me put that back up. And what you're going to do is blend that right underneath the lip. And it just gives you the illusion that your bottom lip is so full, it's creating a shadow underneath. So for us ladies that don't have big juicy lips, that's the kind of thing we can do. And once your makeup is finished and done and completed, like lipstick and whatnot, that looks very flattering. It looks like you have a bigger, plumpier pout. Plumpier? Is that a word? Okay. And that is pretty much the most that I go into contouring. Now I have done a video of adding some bronzing and stuff to it, and a little bit of contouring and whatnot right here, and I'll link that up here if you guys want to see that. But it's just like a little more in-depth of like using bronze colors and not just contours. But I'm sure you guys can tell a difference. And it's very subtle. Like I said, you want to make sure you blend so it looks like natural contours of your face. Just make sure you're blending and make sure you're using a skin color. Make sure you're using a color that is complementary to your skin tone, and that's probably the best advice I can give you, is to blend and use your skin color. You're going to use your skin color, aren't you? Because I keep saying it. Use the tone that works for your skin. But that's all for today. I hope this was informative and helped you guys out. And again, thanks for requesting it. And if you have any other requests, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. And make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you don't ever miss an upload. And I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And make sure you subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!